Jonathan Majors, Kang the Conqueror, stole the show. Now, if you would have told me that Ant-Man, of all characters, played by a known comedian, would get 3 movies, I would have called you a fucking liar. But here we are with Ant-Man 3, titled, very longly, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. And this movie is the big kickoff for Phase 5 of the MCU. Or is it Phase 6? 5? 6? It's one of those. It's hard to keep everything straight because there's been so much MCU. So it's 5 or 6. It's one of those. But it's the big kickoff to the current, latest, new phase. And I think it did an overall good job. Is this movie as fun as Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp? I don't think so. But that doesn't mean it's not a good and still a fun movie. The world that they created, the quantum realm, looks absolutely stunning. The movie is visually stunning. It does have a few moments of shitty CGI, which it's not out of the normal for Marvel. It happens, but overall, it looks great. It certainly looks better than recent Marvel movies where the CGI has been absolutely terrible. But anyway, Paul Rudd is as fantastic as ever, and that man never ages, and it's infuriating. But at the same time, it's like, damn, bro, good for you. Evangeline Lilly, or Evangeline Lilly, however you pronounce the first name, it's one of those, I'm pretty sure. I mean, she's great as the Wasp. Hope Van Dyne, I think she's really coming into the role. It took 3 movies and Endgame, but I think she's finally gotten comfortable with Hope Van Dyne to the point where she's really made it her own. Michael Douglas is Michael Douglas. He's always awesome. And Michelle Pfeiffer, she has a much bigger role in this. As you're watching the movie, it kind of seems like she might have a teeny bit of more screen time than Paul Rudd, which kind of makes sense because this is her wheelhouse. This is where she's been trapped for 30 years. This is what she knows. Katherine Newton as the new Cassie. I think she's great. Her suit looks amazing. Like she's just starting out doing like the whole superhero thing. So we actually see her fucking up. And we see Scott, Paul Rudd, like kind of teaching her. He's like, no, you need to do it like this. Do it like this. And then he shows her. He's like, do it like that. And it's a pretty cool way to go about it. But I like Katherine Newton. The first thing I've personally saw her in was Freaky. I thought she was amazing. So I was excited to see her as the new Cassie, and I think she did a great job. Then, of course, there is Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. We got some glimpses of him in the first season of Loki, though he was unnamed. At least he wasn't named Kang. And it was like, this guy's kind of a bitch. I mean, this is going to be the next big villain. But in Quantumania, we really see him as a villain. Like, he is so bad, apparently, that the other Kangs exiled his ass to the quantum realm. Majors, he is absolutely amazing in the role. He is, like, calm, cool, collected throughout the entire movie, and it makes him incredibly unsettling. And he only really gets, like, pissed off and mad when he's losing, like any villain. But his transition from just, yeah, you know, to it's just amazing. Oh, and the MODOK reveal, like when he takes his mask off, and the ensuing jokes, fucking hysterical. I typically release my reviews for big movies on Saturday, well, movies in general, on Saturday for the most part. So if you haven't seen it on Friday, and you're watching this now, you haven't had a chance to see it yet, there are 2 credit scenes. There's a mid-credit scene, there's an after-credit scene. The mid-credit 100% sets up the beginning of the Kang dynasty, without a shadow of a doubt. And the second one is definitely does. It sets up Loki Season 2. What happens in them? Go watch the movie. Go find out. I'm not going to spoil it. At the end of the day, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Ant-Man 3, whatever you want to call it. It's, again, it's not as good as the first movie or the second movie, but it is still a fun movie. It's a great way to kick off the new phase of the MCU, whether that's 5 or 6. I can't keep track of them all. Everybody involved is great, though Jonathan Majors, without a doubt, steals the show. I think he's going to prove a more compelling and disturbing and crazy villain than Thanos. Now, Josh Brolin did an amazing job. Absolutely amazing job. But I think Majors is going to surpass him tenfold. I give Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, I give it a B.
Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.